Hello, this is Kamlakar Paspuleti. Some of those who read my book, Music and Arts in Hyderabad Deccan, have asked me whether any songs of Taramati and Premamati of Golconda have gone into film music. The answer is yes. One of their ghazal had made an entry in a Hindi film. I will tell you the entire story how that song has gone into a movie. Many songs which went into films from Hyderabad have a base in Deccan radio. In the year 1933, an enterprising man by name Syed Mehboob Ali built a transmitter of 200 watts and established a studio in his own house, and it was functioning as a radio station. It was called Deccan Radio. It was a private owned radio station. By 1934, the radio station became so popular that many of the eminent personalities visited Hyderabad and gave performances. In the year 1934, Ustad Fayaz Khan, the renowned classicalist of those days, he visited Hyderabad. In the morning, he went round Charminar and Golconda Fort, and he came to know about the two courtesans who were famous ghazal singers, Taramati and Premamati. He returned back in the evening and he was to perform at the Deccan radio. That day he was to sing Rag Malhar. And it is said that when he rendered Rag Malhar, there were spells of rain in Hyderabad city. That was the power of his music. While in the radio station, he asked the music director Roshan Ali, is there any courtesan who can render a ghazal of Taramati and Premamati for him? Accidentally, Roshan Ali found a courtesan by name Mumtaz Bai in the studio the same day, and he asked her that if she can sing a ghazal of Taramati for Ustad Fayaz Khan. Mumtaz Bai readily agreed. He said, it's an honor for me to sing before such a great eminent personality, Ustad Fayaz Khan. But Roshan Ali, see, those ghazals were not rendered on harmonium and tabla. They were rendered only on one single instrument called kanjira. And there is no kanjira in the studio, but I will try to make some arrangement. Because it was a residence cum studio, she went inside the house and she brought a brass plate and a wooden spoon, and she went before Ustad Fayaz Khan and she rendered the ghazal. Ustad Fayaz Khan closed his eyes during the entire session of her rendition. And when she finished her ghazal, he opened his purse and presented her with a 1 rupee note. That 1 rupee was not in Hyderabadi currency. It was a Indian rupee. It has a much higher value. It looks very meager to say Ustad has given her only 1 rupee. But in those days, 1 rupee had lot of purchase value. A traditional breakfast of Nahari kulcha was costing only 2 annas. A traditional Hyderabadi breakfast khichdi, chutney and papad was also 2 annas. And a plate of biryani with mirchon ka salan and dahi ki chutney was also costing 4 annas. So you can imagine how much Khan Sahib has paid her. So later, the month of Muharram started The studio was closed for the entire month of Muharram. Singing and entertainment was not permitted in those days. And by 1935, Nizam has taken over the Deccan Radio, and he established a department called Mahkama La Salki in Persian, which means Department of Wireless. And he brought the famous Nawab Ali Awar Jang as the head of the La Salki wireless department. Ali Awar Jang made plenty of new changes. He brought eminent personalities such as Makhdoom Mohyuddin, the famous poet, Krishan Chandra, the famous Urdu writer, the renowned ghazal singer M.A. Rauf. So the transmitter was also a very powerful one, 5 kilowatt power, and it was able to transmit a long distance. In the same year, Ustad Abdul Karim Khan, he visited the city. He asked Makhdoom Mohyuddin to take him to Charminar and Golconda Fort, and upon seeing the two pavilions, the Baradari of Taramati and Premamati, he asked Makhdoom, were they really great singers? So Makhdoom said yes, and later when he returned to the city, he went round many courtesans, Mushtari Bai, Shankara Bai, and many others. And he asked them if they can render a ghazal of Taramati for him. And the courtesan said, Khan Sahab, why do you want to listen to this old ghazal? They are not popular anymore. No one listens to those ghazals any longer. They were not rendered on harmonium and tabla like the modern days. They were rendered only on a kanjira, a single instrument. Khan Sahab said, no, I just want to listen and know how the song sounded like. So, Shankara Bai's daughter, Vimla Bai, she went inside, she brought a plate, brass plate and a wooden spoon, and she made the sound of a kanjira and she rendered the ghazal. हमने तुमने किया था जो आबाद, वो चमन हो गया आज बर्बाद. That was the matla of the ghazal. Khan Sahab was very much pleased. He told Makhdoom, this is a wonderful ghazal and in a very rare raga. These type of ghazals should be preserved and they should be revived for the future generation. So it happened, Makhdoom went and told Mr. Rauf, who was the music director of the Deccan Radio. He joined Deccan Radio as a program executive in 1935. By 1938, he became the station director of Deccan Radio. And by 1938, the studio had 3 wire recorders, and one was meant for the speeches of VIPs like Prime Minister and ministers and other great personalities. The other was reserved for the rare songs and ghazals rendered by the famous eminent personalities, and the other was used just as a temporary one, record and then transmit and then reuse it. So it happened that Rauf recorded the same ghazal which was rendered by Vimla Bai on a wire recorder. By 1940, the ghazals of Rauf became so popular that HMV approached him and they recorded about 12 ghazals, and they became very popular throughout the country. A year later, on recognizing the popularity of Vimla Bai, HMV has approached her and they recorded another 12 ghazals of Vimla Bai. In the year 1945, Rauf was invited to Bombay by some film personalities. One of them was Shahnawaz, actor, director and producer. Another was music director Rafiq Ghaznavi, and there were many other eminent personalities. The ghazal singing session went on throughout the night. In the morning, they told Rauf that we are planning to produce a movie in which we want you to compose music. Rauf said, see, I am only a ghazal composer. I am not a filmy music director. I do not have knowledge of instruments. Film music comprises of many instruments and I don't have any knowledge of them, and I cannot do a movie like a commercial movie. Shahnawaz said, there is no problem. Rafiq Ghaznavi will help you in all the musical score, arranging the music. You only give the compositions and he will do the rest. And upon hearing about the famous ghazal of Taramati, they said this ghazal should go into the movie, the proposed movie. So Rauf wanted to record the ghazal in the voice of Vimla Bai. But the filmy pundits did not agree. They say she is not a filmy personality, so it will go in the voice of Parul Ghosh. So the ghazal was recorded in the voice of Parul Ghosh. The film was Tohfa. It was released in the year 1947, and the song ghazal became very popular. And it is said that the ghazal was composed in the raga of Gorakh. The raga was Gorakh Kalyan. Gorakh Kalyan is supposed to be rendered during the late evenings or during the night time. It is probably Taramati used to sing in the night time. So in any case, that was the thing, how a film song from Golconda area was taken into the movie. If you want to know more about the songs from Hyderabad which went into the movies, please feel free. Write a comment on my program, and I will get back to you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.